Guam is ramping up its security against communicable diseases. Matter of fact, just today a meeting was held with the airport officials and the Department of Public Health about plans to establish an isolation room at Gate 11.
We're going to look at whether we can ramp up that gate. And again, not the ideal situation. We may even, if this really gets serious, we may look at perhaps getting a converted container with self-contained waste disposal right there on the tarmac level, so that if we have to take somebody off the airplane, we take them right to that.
At this time, Guam does not have an isolation room at the point of entry, but according to Gillen, the Guam Memorial Hospital does have 9 isolation beds, and Public Health has an additional 3 isolation rooms at their Southern Health facility. But having the isolation rooms is not the only key in keeping communicable diseases such as Ebola out of Guam.
It will depend also on whether we can identify the patient or the passenger at the point of entry. As we see with the one in Texas, that patient was not symptomatic at all when he came in, and then subsequently, because there is a period anywhere between 2 and 21 days to become symptomatic.
Aggressive screening and the cooperation of the airlines is key, as the first line of defense, according to Gillen, are flight attendants being able to recognize and report passengers who may display flu-like symptoms and fever to the pilot, so that it may be called in. In terms of the suspected case of Ebola reported in the States, Gillen stresses that there is no cause for alarm, as it is still remote, and contracting Ebola is fairly difficult, as the disease is transmitted through transmission of bodily fluid and exposure over periods of time.
Ebola in a controlled environment, CDC has done some experiments, can live up to 6 hours. Okay, when you put it in the context of an airport terminal or some other, I don't think it would last very long.
Gillen says they are going to prepare a briefing for the governor's senior staff on Monday to ensure that everyone is in support and Guam is ahead of the curve when it comes to communicable diseases such as Ebola. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jolene Tovis.